Let's talk about Dylan Gabriel before we talk about Shedeur Sanders, because we're going to spend a lot of time talking about Shedeur and some stuff that's going on, and this just we got to talk about it. But came out over the weekend that Dylan Gabriel, and this was Nathan Zagura was actually talking about this. So he's in the Browns building, like he's getting this information from, like he talked to Kevin Stefanski specifically about this, and said that they had Dylan Gabriel as the number 2 quarterback on their draft board behind Cam Ward. So it wasn't Shedeur, it wasn't Jalen Milroe, it wasn't Tyler Shuck or Jackson Dart. It was actually Dylan Gabriel was the number 2 guy. And, he said that Segura said Gabriel wins the way that Kevin Stefanski wants his quarterback to win. He's, accurate. He's smart, with the football, good decision maker. He can throw the ball on the move going both right and left, all these types of things. And he said that if Dylan Gabriel was 6'3" instead of 5'11", he probably would have been taken at 2 overall. Like that's how much they liked him and what he could do on the field. So if you're getting a potentially, I would take this guy at number 2 if he was a little taller. Skill set, that's the thing. Like the height doesn't change. Like he still has that skill set.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
You get him at 94, and that was your guy. I like that. I think that's pretty cool.
It's crazy because I don't know how you felt when that pick came in.
Confused.
Completely
confused,
like, where did
man.
that come from? What? I'm very lost. But then you go and and we've discussed this, you watch their draft call to him. That was their guy.
Oh,
you can tell.
They knew the family. They were saying hi to the mom. Hey, dad.
That was their guy all along. Was it the right guy? I mean, we'll find out.
We'll see.
We will find out. But I do think that based on that call, when you watch that call, you're like, yeah, this was always the dude. This was all smoke. You know what I mean? Everything was going on behind the scenes, and it didn't need to be talked about or any of that or broadcasted. But it's interesting. I know during the draft I went, well, I don't know what we're doing right now. I'm not sure. And you hear a lot of Browns fans kind of say the same thing, just based on the height. I'm with you on if he was taller, I think that he would be viewed a lot higher, but that's what everybody says. Hey, the height. I mean, Oregon's got a pretty big offensive line, right?
A lot of NFL players.
Yeah, I would guess Oklahoma as well.
Yeah, usually.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but let's just see what the kid can do. And that's what, did we not just beg for this? We begged for a competition. We begged for, hey, mediocrity is not cool in this quarterback room right now. And it was below mediocrity from what we saw last year. We banged the desk for quarterback competition, and we got that in spades. They gave us way more than we could ever ask for as far as, do you have the guy right now? And then if you don't, hey, we'll go get a first round pick too, just in case, one of these 3 future guys are not the guy.
I think it was brilliant. I mean, the Travis Hunter trade makes so much more sense knowing that they had Dylan Gabriel pegged as their guy. Because if Ward, I mean, I think everything about them trying to explore a trade up to 1 for Ward was true because he was number 1 on their board. When that fell through and they couldn't get up to 1, it was like, okay, then we're locked in on Dylan Gabriel. Let's go, like you said, let's go get more draft capital in the first round for next year, just in case he's not the guy. And if he is the guy, now we got 2 first round picks next year to continue to help build this team, or we can trade it for go into 2027. I see a lot of people are like, go get as much capital as you can to try to get Jeremiah Smith. Like, okay, your options are more open, but like all the moves in the draft make more sense knowing that they were never leaving day 2 without Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, which is very, very crazy. Because all the guys that we pegged, that we figured were the guys for the Browns, as far as the Jackson Darts, Shedeur, Milroe, this dude was not on the radar.
No, we never talked about him.
The radar in the least. Am I excited? I mean, we got to watch him a little bit. We watched him look great against us one game, and then maybe not so great the second time around. I'm not upset about it or anything. The whole
team, but, Ohio State just made everybody look bad.
Yes, exactly. But I'm excited as far as the idea that we have 2 rookies on this team now, that you can explore what you have as far as a future franchise star.
Yeah, and like you said, last year the room was just so far below mediocrity. It was the worst.
It was dog shit, bro.
It was okay. It was complete dog shit. Is Dylan Gabriel better than Bailey Zappi?
I mean, it's hard to say just right that, but I would say yes.
Just based on what he did in college, being I mean, he was the number 3 in Heisman voting, for crying out loud.
Yes.
And he was he was the first quarterback in Heisman voting.
What I'll tell you is I can tell you right now that it wasn't Jameis, it wasn't DTR, it wasn't Bailey Zappi, and it wasn't Deshaun Watson. I'm okay with moving forward. Whoever the guy is that you guys identify and in this organization, if you identify him, go. We are good.
That's what we said. How many times did we say on this podcast, identify your guy, have conviction about it, and get him. And
go get it.
I mean,
who gives a shit what anybody says, whether it's a podcast or the national media or anything? Who cares? Go identify your guy, go get him.
And
they did that.
94 was out. I mean, I strongly believe that however they write out their board in the room, they had 94, Dylan Gabriel circled. Like that was it. Yeah. That was it. We're using that pick to take him because there were other guys on the board that I'm sitting there, on that Friday night going, oh man, okay, like Xavier Watts is there. There's some wide receivers here that I really like. I mean, there's some good players, some linemen here. Okay, there's some good people on the board. And I mean, as soon as 94 came up, it was like, boom, Browns select Dylan Gabriel. Well, okay, looking back now, that was a conviction pick. They didn't give a shit about anybody else on the board, what anybody said, like you just mentioned. They were taking.
And everybody, the crazy thing for me is like the pick comes in and everybody goes, they panicked. They panicked.
I know. I thought
they
the
just
same
took
thing.
Whoever the fuck they wanted, they freaked out. They should have just chilled out. They freaked out. And then you watch all this stuff and you watch that draft call and you go, they didn't panic. That was their guy. They identified their guy and they went and got their guy. I'm absolutely cool with it. I'm fine. Is it surprising? Yes. Give him an opportunity. I would say anybody but Joe Flacco, give him an opportunity.
Yeah.
See what they have. Find out what you have before the NFL draft next year.
You have to. They have to. I've argued with so many people on social media this week about the Joe Flacco thing. They're like, I just don't want to watch bad football anymore. I'm like, Joe Flacco is 41 years old. I mean, you can't. He's not going to be the quarterback next year. And he sure as hell ain't going to be the quarterback the year after that. He hasn't played a full season since 27 freaking teen. Yeah. Getting close to a decade here.
Yeah. I will die on the sword that it's if they don't play those 3 young guys that they invested draft capital in, and we run Flacco for 17 games and we go into next year not knowing what the hell we have, I will have serious doubts about leadership in this organization or vision or anything, because even if that's your guy and you want him to, I guess, sit for a year, I don't know. I know everybody says, hey, I just want to watch them win. I can tell you right now, I will be shocked if Joe Flacco gets through 6 games healthy.
Well, and the sit for a year thing doesn't apply as much. And I know we've kind of pounded the table for that too. Like, and that was if you take a guy at 2, because if you take a guy at 2, then you are committing to him that you are a guy and you're the guy next year and you're the guy the year after that. So yes, you can have a little more patient approach. But when you step back and look at Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, look at their body, both of their bodies of work in college. They're 2 of the most experienced quarterbacks in this entire draft class. We talk about how the quarterback position's evolving in college and stuff coming into the pros and in the NFL, it's evolving. The older quarterbacks, now I'm not talking about the Tyler Shucks who are like 26 or 27 years old, whatever.
Sure.
But your 23, 24-year-olds who have played 4 or 5 seasons in college have started a shit ton of games and have all that experience. Like Bo Nix last year, Jaden Daniels, like these guys that were never really, first round talents until that last season of college when it kind of all came together. Yep. And you see that experience, and then the transition to the NFL is just so much easier.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you, man. And we don't have a franchise quarterback right now, at least not that we know of. And maybe it's one of these 3 guys, but we all know the one that it's not. You
Correct.
know what I mean? We know the one that it's not. So I'm very okay. I don't want to watch a young kid go out there and just get murdered. I don't want to see DTR against Baltimore for 17 weeks, whether it's Shedeur, or whether it's Gabriel, or whether it's Kenny. Give these guys their chance, give them snaps, but see what you have. You have to establish if there's a guy here.
100%. And if you don't feel like one of the rookies is quite ready to go out there week 1, that's why you got Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
And we still kind of got to, like Blake says, got to kind of see what you got in Kenny Pickett too. Cause
I agree. Yeah.
I know he's got a little more high hopes. I'm more like, I think I've seen Kenny Pickett, but maybe I'm wrong, and I'm totally open-minded on it. So if I'm wrong about Kenny Pickett, hey, that's just better for the Browns.
Whatever I would be surprised, but at the same time, whatever it means as far as for us to be a winning organization. Yes. I'm tired of the same fucking song and dance every fucking year where we have no quarterback. Or if we do have a quarterback, it's not a long-term thing.